YouTube live. Please, after the call, please, everybody follow Mark Onoja. So I'm going to post it right now. So I'm going to post the YouTube live on one of the community. So just share there. And I'm going to also carry it and post it on the chat right now. So guys, sorry, we just have to move to YouTube so that uh, the so that I don't get too much persons requesting and getting blocked. So when have you seen it? So I've posted it. I've posted the link so you can join the YouTube live. So the YouTube is live. Um, hello. Okay. All right. Fine. So everybody, please just join the YouTube live. Uh, yeah, join YouTube live. Join YouTube live. Nobody has joined though. Hey, I beg join. Let's join the YouTube live so that we can be able to do it. So I think from going on forward, we'll be doing YouTube live. Aha, somebody has joined. Okay. Um, sorry. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Please let's move to YouTube live. Yeah, everyone. Samuel, Cheesy, Roots. If you guys can hear me, Davida, Balarabe, Miriam. It's still the same data. It's still the same thing. Please let's move to YouTube live. Just only one person that is here currently right now. So if you can hear me, just move to YouTube live so that we can move forward because a lot of persons are trying to join and they can't join. So already join. Thank you, Afsat. Okay, thank you everyone. I need to get off this call. All right, fine. So this is YouTube live. It's my first YouTube live. All right, this is fine. Going forward, we'll be using YouTube live. No more Google Meets. So that this will have a good experience. I need to put this on. All right, fine. So do you have the chat section in the YouTube live? So if you can hear me, just type I in the chat section. So I know that somebody can hear me. So if you can hear me, just type I. Just type I in this chat section. Okay, thank you, Joyce. Thank you, Eunice. Thanks for joining. So this is like our first live. So welcome to the growth room, everyone. So we're going to do this all over again. But I think this is for the best because after the YouTube live, this is going to be saved. So we will be using YouTube live going forward, right? No more Google Meet. Let's move, right? All right, so I think God is trying to move us. So let's move. So let's start. If you're joining us, or if you're just watching this, if you're watching this replay, my name is Mark Onoja. I am a business growth expert. I work with startup and with small businesses. I help them grow, and I've been doing this for over a decade. I have experience in every aspect of business: marketing, sales, project management, um, accounting, operation, human resource, digital marketing strategy. Just only legal I don't have experience in. And I run a company called the Startup Place with my dad. I'm the co-founder. My dad is the founder. And what we do is that we work with startup and small businesses. We do business advisory, we provide support, and of course, we help businesses to grow. Now, today, you're welcome. At the end of the webinar, you would have gotten strategy for growing your business. So once you attend the webinar, if you are able to share with you, your business will grow. So you're welcome to today's webinar. And today's webinar, we're talking about selling but not making sales. So the idea about today's webinar is that how can people turn that activity of selling to ensuring that they are making sales revenue, right? So I'm a bit rushing because we started it about network issues with the Google Meet. So we had to come to YouTube live, right? God has moved us. So let's move with God. So selling talks about the activity. Sales talks about the results. So how do we ensure that this activity is giving us results? Now, we said from the beginning of the class that sales is very important. That every day you spend money in your business and you need to be able to make sales. Sales drive revenue, it drives profit, it drives every other thing that happens in your business. If you want to grow, you need to sell. If you want to remain alive as a business, you need to sell. Selling is an important part of a business. In fact, at a point for you being in business, at a point, sales is one of the most important activities you'll be doing. As your business grows over time, you can stop selling because somebody will be selling for you. But as a small business owner and startup, which I usually address, you should be selling every day. Every other day, you should be selling. Okay, so someone just told me that he's trying to join. Sorry, everybody is important, so I just need to send the person a link to join. The link to join. So everybody is important. So if you send me a message on WhatsApp, I have to respond to you. Okay, good. So I've sent him message. So let's continue. So I said there are several things that stop people from making sales from the activity of selling. And the first one is that you need to properly define who your target market is. So the more you know who your target market is or are, the better for you to sell. Now, take for example, I'm married, right? And I remember when, well, before I got married, right? I used to have friends, I had friends that were single. So we're all married right now, so most times we used to just hear about ourselves from all of the stuff we used to do there. So one day I was in church, I was cleaning the restroom, and my friend just dashed into the restroom. I said, come see your kind of babe. I was laughing. I followed him outside and he pointed at the guys. I see your type now. I laughed. I said, dude, I said, I'm busy, I beg. I just went back inside. Now, it was very correct. Why? Because that was my ideal person. I like them. It's the same thing. I like ladies that are sleep, that are fair, that wears glasses. My wife is sleep, she's fair. Okay, she just started wearing glasses right now. So, and and the guy just knew, right? So if the lady was on the big size, he would definitely not call me because that was my target market. So there is the same thing when it comes to selling. That if you want to make sales very well as a business person, you need to properly define who your target market is, or define who your ideal customer is. One of the frustrations for persons trying to sell is that they're trying to sell to people that are not their ideal target market. Selling to people that don't need your products and services is just wasting time. So one of the things I do when I coach people and I train them on selling or marketing and sales is that I tell them that you need to build yourself in such a way that if you're having a conversation with someone, after 1 minute, you know if that is your target market or not. That is your ideal customer. It saves you stress. It saves you time. You don't really have that time and resources as a business person. If you are making calls, you can't be blowing call cards. In time, 1 minute, you should know whether this person can sell, can buy from you or not. So how do we basically do that? Now, if you are selling to people, right? B2C, it's called business to customer. There are several things you should use to define. One is gender, another one is age, gender, male and female. All right, one is gender, one is age, one is religion, location, where you find it online and offline. What are the real needs? What are the buying decision? What are the preferences? What is the income level? Very important. So I just mentioned 8 stuff. So if you, I'm talking to Nigerian audience right now, right? For the international community, Nigerian, we use Naira here. So say somebody does like, you're targeting people within the age of 25 to 45. So anybody that is 50 years old is not your target market if you're that business owner. And anybody that is less than 25 is not your target market. So you can't meet a 20 years old person and start having conversation with the person to buy from you. It's waste of time, right? So, and say the income level you put is that people that earn between 200,000 to a million naira. Anybody that is earning more than a million naira is not your target market. Anybody that is earning 50K is not your target market. So you don't waste time. Why? Because you have already created what they call a buyer persona or an ideal person. Same thing goes for people that deal with organizations. So I deal a lot with organizations. Now, how do you do that? The age of the business, what are the needs of the business? What is the person's fear? What are they trying to achieve? What is the management structure of the business? What is the location of the business? What is the income level of the business? What is the age of the business? These are things you consider to say whether this is your target market or not. It is very important for you to know and properly define who your target market is. The more you do that, the more you can grow and make more sales as a business. So the first one is properly defining who your target market is. All right, that's fine. So the second one is takers, not givers. That's what I wrote here, right? I wrote my jotter here, takers, not giver. So the second way for you to ensure that you are selling and making sales is that you need to become a giver, not a taker. So this is a taker mentality. I am coming to sell because I'm interested in the money I need to get from you. Right. And human beings, the way we are, an average human being thinks about himself more than every other person. That's why God say, love your neighbor as yourself, because he knows you love yourself very well. You think about yourself more. You are, I don't want to use the word stingy. You are selfish. That's why we use the word called selfie. Because we are selfish as humans, we're selfish in nature. Means we always think about what is in it for me, what is in my good. Now, if you're trying to sell to people and you are going from the area that I am here to rip you off, I'm just after your money, chances are you won't sell. They will go for someone that they know the person is interested in their well-being or interested in them achieving the goals that they have set out to achieve or interested in helping them solve the issue. So one of the things you need to note or understand is that you need to position yourself as a giver, not a taker. Means you are here to help them provide with a solution. Like my mentor always puts, you are a solution provider. So you need to look at your products and services and tell yourself, what solution is my product and services bringing to the marketplace? What are the needs in the marketplace? What does my customers need? Then when you do that, then the next thing you just get to do is that you tell yourself, how do I take these things to people and convince them or sell it to them that this my product and services is the answer to their problem. If you do that, you will sell and you will sell mega. So the differences between people selling, making sales, and people just selling without making sales is just that stuff. Now, most people that make sales, right? We're not talking about the spiritual part, but most people that make sales are people that they position themselves that we are solution providers. So you buy from us, it's going to help you achieve A, B, C, D. It's as simple and short. So you need to position yourself as a giver, not a taker, a solution provider, right? So write in the comment section, solution provider. All right. So if you can write in the comment section, solution provider. And something else again, you should write in the comment section is that you need to write what solution is your product and services bringing to the marketplace. If you can, just write down what solution is your product and services bringing into the marketplace and what is the need that is in the marketplace. So let's jump to the third one, right? So the third one, so let's take this one. So I could just take some part before we continue. So everybody write in the comment section, what are the problems in the marketplace and what solution is your product and services bringing? Yeah, of course, solution provider. Let's jump beyond that. So what problem is in the marketplace and what solution is your product and services bringing? So if you sew clothes, the problem in the marketplace is that people don't feel comfortable in the clothes that they're wearing. So people are having issues with nakedness, yes, it's truth, or easy to wear clothes. Your product and services is doing A, B, C, D. So everybody writes that down. What problem and have you noticed in the marketplace, and what solution does your product and services bring to enable us solve that? Okay, let's take that. Let's take that. Let's just take like one or two persons doing that, then we can be able to move forward. Take less sugar for elder body. Use honey instead. Joyce Ishaya, that is very good. Ruth Yusuf. All right. What solution and products is your services bringing? Yes, I know. You need to answer. You need to answer that, Madam Ruth. If you can, just answer that. What specific solution is your products and services bringing to the marketplace, and what problem is it solving? So if you can just write that. For us, the problem we're solving for us, right, the startup place is the problem of the growth, the problem of starting. So a lot of business have issues with starting up, a lot of business have issues with growth. So our products and services helps them. Our products and services such as our advisory services, our business support services, which is HR and accounting, helps them to grow. Me personally, Mark Onoja, I work basically train persons, right, that need simple and applicable strategies to grow their business, especially their finance, their marketing, and their operations. So that is just basically it. I don't share it with you mine. Okay, fine. So let's move forward. Let's take the last one. Mata Igwe, creating stunning videos and flyers to help captivate our customers' clients. Thumbs up. That is very good. Thirdly, the marriage of needs and offer. So the number three is marriage of needs and offer. So let me explain the marriage of needs and offer. So if you want to make sales, right? Now, not just selling, which is the activity, you need to find a way to marry or merge or find the midpoint between what you are offering and people's need. Now, if what you are offering does not communicate to them that what you're offering will help them solve their need, they would not buy from you. Let me repeat myself again. If what you're offering, no matter how good it is, maybe it's the best thing after sliced bread, right? But if what you're offering does not communicate to your target market or to your prospective customer that what I'm offering solves your need, they would not buy from you. So you need to marry that need versus offer. So what you're offering them should solve their need. So the reason why people are selling and are not making sales is that what they are selling does not communicate to the customer that what I'm trying to sell to you actually solves your problem and meets your need. So if you really want to grow as a business and you want to make more sales, you need to sit down and tell yourself, okay, this is what I am bringing to the marketplace. This is my product and services. Next, this is what the need of my target market are. Of course, remember from beginning, we say you need to learn how to define who your target market is. So this is the need of my target market. This is what I'm offering. Then you can then go back and say, does what I'm offering answers the need? Yes. How can I communicate to them that it answers the need? Simple and short. If you do that, you will make sales and you'll make sales very well because, like I said, I usually train people on business like every week. I do training every week. And most times when I'm doing training on business, no matter what I'm training, I start the training by telling them again that Omo, the foundational part of every business is that a business creates value that is exchanged in the marketplace for profits. And that is fundamental part of a business, right? Good. If you want to make sales, you are just basically bringing a value, a product and services to the marketplace that is solving people's problem. So if you basically do that, you will make sales more and make sales better. So you need to marry that. You need to find that midpoint. You need to find where they join. You need to find where there's that intersection on that intercourse between what you're offering and what their needs are, and learn how to communicate it. If you do that, you will make sales more. That is just the secret of selling. So you need to ask yourself, what are people's needs, or what is my target market needs? Simple. My target market's need, this is what I'm offering. Does what I'm offering solve the problems? Yes. How do I communicate it to them? Within my sales. So as you're trying to sell to people, you need to learn how to communicate to them that this is what I'm selling and this is why what I'm selling solves your issue or solves your problem, right? Good. So after we do that, the next thing that makes you make sales while you are selling, right? Remember selling is the activity, sales is the result of the activity, is that you need to have a follow-up strategy. So the reason why people do that, a lot of sales effort and not actually make sales, is that they don't have a follow-up strategy. So what I mean follow-up strategy just means that chances are, in fact, based on research, um, you follow up with a customer an average of 5 times, or a customer has to interface with your brand, with your communications, with what you're putting out there for 5 times on the average before they can make a buying decision or a commitment to buy from you. So 5 times, right? So this thing is not very easy. So people have to see what you're trying to say over and over again for minimum 5 times, or you have to follow up with people for like 5 times before they'll say yes, right? So I know of some persons that I followed up with them like almost 10, that's the 10 times that they decide to buy, right? So if you don't do follow up, chances are you won't sell. So one of the things you need to start asking yourself right now is that my communication message, right? My marketing, I put word out there. Is it communicating to these guys so that if they come to buy from me, they will get solution to their problem? Then number two, all the people that I've spoken to previously, do I find a way to follow them up, or I just leave a lot of DMs unattended to? So let me give you a very practical example. So, like I said, we do business support, and one of our clients, we do accounting and HR. So we help them with their accounting service, we help them with their accounting part, and we also help them with human resource. And sometimes last year we discovered that we were not meeting sales. We were just running. She was running ads. I don't want to go out. She was spending like millions of naira on ads every month. Like she was spending more than 5 million naira. She was spending every month on ad. She was just blowing money on ad, and we're not really making that commensurate sales that would say this is good, right? So I told her that, so this is what we'll do. For this month, don't run ad. I had to do an audit of our entire sales process. And I then discovered one thing, that anytime somebody sends them a DM online and they respond to the person, after they respond to the person, nobody goes back to follow up with that DM. Or the person sends, people send messages on WhatsApp. If people don't follow up with them back to say, I want to buy, they don't do that. And that's where they just left a lot of money. As of now, last month, when we're doing like a review of last month, they already outdid their sales target. They did their sales target over 20%, 20 or 30%. I think it's 30%. 30% over the sales target. That's what they met. So they met the sales target and they did 30% above that. But one of the strategies I told them is that we need to follow up. So when somebody sends you a DM and you communicate to the person, for some days after that, send another DM. Hey, we're following up with you. Send another DM. We're following up with you. In fact, I built a system for that so that there is a systematic way you are following up with these guys, and there are specific messages to send to them. So if you really want to make sales, you have to just put it in your mind. Most times, it's not when they talk to you that they will buy. It's not the first time they see you and stuff that they will buy. Except you are selling food. Even that food self, except you are selling food, something that is like FMCGs, live and dead. You are selling wig, you are selling car, you're selling things that if they don't buy, they will survive. It's not the first time they see your brand or the first time that you talk to them that they will buy. Most times, it will take a while before they will get to buy from you. So you need to find out how you can follow them up. Now, when you're following them up, let me just say this in last so that we can move forward. When you're following them up, one of the things you need to understand is that we'll be ending the class 8:15, sorry, 8:17. That's when we went to this place. So, one of the things you need to understand when you're doing follow up is that you need to ensure that your follow up is being designed in such a way that there are specific things you'll be telling them to reinforce the reason why you are the best option to do business with. So it's very important to note that when it comes to follow up. All right. Next thing, also, when it comes to sales, why people sell but not make sales is that there is no opportunity cost. Now, when you talk about opportunity costs, one of the things you just need to understand is that from our economics, if you did economics in school, opportunity cost just talked about the foregone alternative. Means that you are not telling them what is they are going to lose if they don't patronize your business. Now, humans basically, we are designed in such a way that if we are not perceiving that we are going to be at a loss from an opportunity, we don't bother to go after it. So if you are trying to buy something from someone and there is no, how will I use this term? There is no consequence, right? That is the right word. There's no consequence attached from not buying that stuff. There will be no drive for you to do that. You can just say it's not it. So pharmacists, they do this very well. In fact, Right, when you go to a pharmacist to buy something, the consequence of not buying that drug, it means that you will be very sick, you will not meet up with your obligation, and you may die. And that's just the truth. All right. So my car had issues, so I had to transfer money to unplanned expenditure that I had to make yesterday and today. And of course, I don't argue too much with my mechanic because apart from just trusting him, I know that oh my, if I don't repair this car, it must stop in the road. And if you know your car stops in Lagos traffic, you are going to be in serious biggie. So we need as business people to be able to tailor what we are selling in such a way that your conversation with your customers should also really reveal to them what they will lose from not doing business with you. They can lose efficiency. So they can say, there are other people that do the same thing like you do. They say, no problem. If you go there, chances are you'll come back to me. Why? Because I provide the best product after sliced bread. Or if you don't buy now, our product and services is increasing in price. So most times when you see people just announce price increase, people quickly go to buy from them. Why? Because they know, if I don't buy right now, I'm going to lose. That's why Black Friday usually have this box sales because people know if you don't buy then that product and services you won't find it again at that cheap amount of price. So you need to always add this opportunity cost in everything you do, right? So if you don't buy from my product and services, you don't buy my product and services, this is what will happen to you. Is either you are going to lose cost, you're going to lose efficiency, you're going to lose time, something's just going to happen. For some insurance people, you will die. No, medical people, you will just die, right? So they use that one to threaten people just to get them to buy. Then finally, one of the reasons, before I take questions, one of the reasons why people sell but do not make sales is that there is no target. So it's very important. Sales target. Now, sales target is very, very, very important. During the December, we'll talk about setting strategic goals for the next year. I can't be teaching you that now. Let's focus on the business proper. But if you don't have sales target as a business person, huh, your energy will not be very channeled, and resources wise you won't know how to spend your resources, right? So you need to understand what your sales target is as a business. So you need to properly understand what your sales target is as a business, because if you don't have sales target, you will not be motivated to sell very well. So if you don't know how much you want to sell monthly, right? Say if you're a business owner, you want to make like 500k or a million naira in sales monthly. Once you set that sales target, you will be driving yourself towards making that. But if there's no sales target as it comes, there's one term on God as it comes. While in God's hands, we're nothing but pencil in the hands of the Creator. I didn't say that it's bad, but well, hypothetically, sometimes that statement just makes people lazy. And if you don't have all of those things properly defined, you just discover that you're not really driving sales. So you need to have sales targets, right? I have sales targets for the courses I'm doing. I have sales targets for the startup place. I have sales target plenty, right? Stack everywhere. That this is what I'm chasing after. So when I sit down on my laptop and getting leads to call, I know I'm working with a sales target. So it's driving that activity, right? And ensuring that you get to pay. So 5 things I shared today. Number one, what is it that makes people sell but not make sales? Number one is that wrong target market. They are targeting the wrong market, right? They're targeting the wrong type of customer. So, what is the solution to that? Properly define who your target market is. Number two, taker, not giver. Why? Because you are positioning yourself that you came to take from the customer. You are not giving to them, right? You're not providing a solution to them. So you need to find out how you are a solution provider. We talked about that. So you are a solution provider. Position yourself as that. Number three, now I do this stuff a lot. Some of my customers who I've never seen like this, koro koro. But I spoke to them on phone because I position myself as a solution provider. Number three, the intercourse and the marriage between the needs and your offer. You need to find that. You need to, and then communicate it. What is people's needs, your target market needs? What is your offer, your products and services? How does it solve their needs? And how do you communicate it? Very important. You need to do that. Number four, follow up. No proper follow up strategy. So you need to learn how to follow up, right? It will take 5 times before they'll say yes, right? 5 times of engaging with your brand before they will say yes. It can be lesser, but most times it's five. Next, opportunity cost. there is no consequence for not buying from you, right? So if there's no consequence for not buying from you, there's not something they are standing to lose, they will not buy. Then finally, there is no target, there's no sales target. So most times when there's no sales target, you don't have that drive or that energy to do that. So thank you very much. So I'm going to pause the class right now to take questions. After doing that, I will then share with you guys on the courses July, right? Two of the courses I'm starting 1st of July. I'm going to guys, and I can then give you the opportunity for us to get to work together. So let's take some questions. So if you have any question, and because this is YouTube live, if you have any question, please just go to the comment section and just type your questions there. I will try as much as possible to take up question. We'll be ending the class between 8:15 to 8:17. Apologies, the class a bit extended because we had issues with the Google Meet. But going forward, I think God has moved us to YouTube Live, so let's just stay here. So, but going forward, we're going to be doing YouTube Live. So I'll just do the YouTube Live link and share. I just have it shared, and 5 minutes to time, I'll share it. 5 minutes to 7 every week, Thursdays. I'll share by His grace, and we can just have it. So let's take some questions, right? Thanks everyone for staying. So we have like 13, 14, 14, 13, 14, 13, 14, 12 persons. Okay, so if you have any question as regards to what I just shared, or you have any other question as regards to your business, you're having issues with any aspect of your business, except the legal part. I'm not a lawyer. My dad's a lawyer, but I'm not a lawyer. I don't deal with law. So any other aspect in your business, if you have issues, you can drop it in the group, in the chat section, and of course I'm going to read it out and of course provide you with the solution to that. Okay, so let's take some questions. So if you have any question to ask, you can just drop that there. So if you have any question, just trying to look at some of the chats. Okay, if you have any questions, you can get to drop that there. So while we are waiting for questions to come up, um, I would like to share two things with us. So in the month of July, so I decided to test something and I discovered it's okay, right? So in the month of July, I would be doing two things, right? In the month of July, I'm going to be doing two things. I am running two programs at the same time, two coaching programs. So the first one is, I'm trying to say whether this live is also going to be showing here. Okay, the live is showing here. The live is showing here. All right. All right. Okay, the live is showing. All right. So the first one is on 30 launch your business in 30 days. So let me explain the launch your business in 30 days. So the launch your business in 30 days. So you can drop questions. If you have any questions to ask, you can just drop it in the chat. You can't unmute yourself and talk right now. Sorry. So just drop it in the chat. All right. So the launch your business in 30 days. So the reason why I decided to do the launch your business in 30 days is that I discovered a lot of persons within my cycle and people I've been speaking to recently have a lot of business ideas in their mind. They have been telling themselves they are going to do business for like donkey years, plenty years, and they have not taken that step. So within 30 days, I would lead everybody that signs up for the program to start their business. So the KPI, our major KPI is you to start your business. So it's four things you're going to get. Number one, I will help you come up with a business model canvas. So I'm going to coach you on how to come up with a business model canvas. So the business model canvas basically would enable you as a person come up with the various key factors of your business, right? That is the first one. Then the second thing we're going to be working on is that we're going to do market research. Remember, I was talking that saying if you need to run a business, you need to know who your target markets are and what are the specific needs of your target market. So the second part has to do with you understanding who your target market is. We'll do research, interviews. I'll teach you to do interviews, to take surveys, to do research, and find out who is your target market and what kind of market am I entering into, what is the value of the market, to know whether you are making money or not. Then thirdly, we will create a product, right? It's either you have a product on ground or you create a product. Then fourthly, you will start doing transaction. So at the end of that 30 days, you should have started making transactions. So I worked with someone recently, and the guy has been looking at starting his business for like 2 years. After 2 weeks of working with him, I had already started his business, and he sent me a message one day, called me. He was just telling me, thank you. That after 2 years of trying, almost like 3 years of trying to start his business, he finally got to start his business with it. He was working with me for just after 2 weeks, right? I pressed his neck and I told him we are going to use 0 naira. He didn't use 1 naira, he didn't use $1, he didn't use any money. He started his business with zero amount, and he was looking for like 20 million naira then, but at 50. But I was able to lead him to start his business. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So if you're interested in that, if you're just starting a business or you are doing a business and you think you want to start all over again, you want to make your business very strengthened, you will need to sign up for this. So I'm going to drop my details on WhatsApp on the chat. Send me a DM, we'll have a conversation, then we'll get to start. Right. The reason why I say send a DM is that I can just post details and you're going to pay. Now, it's I want you to know what you're getting yourself into, because for 30 days you're going to be working every day. It's a serious stuff, right? Then the next thing I'm doing, like I said, I'm doing two things. I'm pushing two products at the same time. So the next thing is income growth accelerator. It's not a master class, it's an accelerator. So it's a 30-day coaching program. It's for persons that are already running their business, and then they discover that this business I'm running, I'm not making money. At the end of the month, I made sales, but almost I'm still broke. Oh man, the needs, the needs of life is really choking me, right? Family is growing, business is growing, and we are not making money like we ought to. And it's just frustrating. You are tired, you're having stress, you can't sleep in the night because people are calling you to pay for this, pay for this, pay for that. So I decided I worked on myself too as regards to that area. And part of what I worked on myself and the startup place is what I'm going to be teaching. So it's a 30-day program, it's a coaching program that is designed for people that are running businesses that are looking at scaling and growing up. You want to start making serious money in your business, this is the one you need to sign up for. So this is how the stuff runs. So the first thing I will do is that I will lead you through the process of restructuring your finances. That is the first thing. I'll not teach you how to make money first. It's to restructure your finance. Because sometimes if you're trying to fetch water with a basket, there's an adage in Africa, you're just wasting time because everything you fetch is going. So we'll restructure your business. You'll find out whether you are in profit or not. I did the startup place recently and I was like, what in God's name? As has gone up, right? So I just had to do some restructuring sharp sharp. And I just discovered that it has worked. In fact, I got a deal. I've not sent the service engagement letter, but made a sale recently that covered up for our finance for the entire month. A month plus. So we even made profits on that. But just doing simple structuring. Don't major, just a simple structuring. So okay, yeah. Miriam Salam, I'm going to answer your question. How do you identify target audience? Let's be fast. We need to end the class in like 10 minutes time. So first thing is to restructure your finance. Find out if you're in profit or not. Then after we're done with that, right? Take for example, in Nigerian Naira, you do 500K monthly. 500K can pay you salary, pay your staff, pay everything. It's 500K. The next thing is that I'll then lead you through the process of setting a realistic sales target or revenue target for your business. How much do you want to make? So some people can do 2x, 5x, 3x, 10x, 7x. We will set that stuff. So if you say, okay, I'm doing 500K and I want to move to 2 million naira monthly, every month guaranteed, right? With God, right? But guaranteed, you are. This is what we'll do. We'll then through the process of creating strategy, how to fine tune your business times without even spending extra money. You fine tune your business on how you can be making that 2 million naira monthly. Then when you do that, then we can then start pushing. Within that 1 month, we'll then start pushing to start doing that. Now, for most people that attend most of my courses like this, within before the end of the month, you're already doing very well in your business. Then as you start making this money, during the last class of the training, I will then teach you on what to do with your finance, right? When you start making money, what happens? Are you just going to go and buy Benz? Or you have to start looking at investing? So I'm going to bring an investment coach that she'll come and talk to us and tell us what to do with our money. So as you start making money in your business, it's not just for you to just eat alone. right? You need to do expansion. You need to do one or two stuff. So what do you basically use money to do all of those stuff, right? So in my two I'm basically doing it. So it's online, it's virtual, right? And like so it's 30 days. We meet two times a week. It's a group coaching section. So you meet with other persons and there's a money back guarantee. So after signing up for 1 week, if you're not getting value, I'll send your money back to you. Like I said, a good name is better to prefer than money. That is me. So if I tell you to buy any of my thing, it's because of I'm backing it with my integrity and I'm backing it with results. There's a money back guarantee. If you sign up for it, you will get your money back. Should in case after 1 week you are not satisfied, you are not seeing changes happening in your business. So for me, from the onset, as we start, you should start seeing changes happening to your business, especially when you're doing everything we asked you to do. So if you're interested, I'm just going to drop my WhatsApp number on the 081-816986-1467. So that is my WhatsApp number. Send me a message on WhatsApp. Like I said, it's not for everyone, right? And the money is not, it's not pretty much right. So it's, but it's not for everyone, right? It's for persons that are serious, you want to start or you want to grow your business. So sending a DM on WhatsApp, right? And it's one cost, it's just one amount. It's a link, it's the same link for everybody that they used to pay. But if you send me, I'll say I have to ask you one or two questions to just verify that this is you and this is serious. So it's not for everyone. So it's for people that really want to grow and you are supposed to be ready to work. For one of my friends signed up for it, and I told him that, say, we are friends, but when you sign up, I am now your business coach. So what I tell you to do, that shall do it. All right, good. So let me take one question. So Marian Salman said, please, how do I identify my target audience and I have problems with marketing? So what we'll do is that I'm going to take a class on marketing next week, right? Yes, our next class is going to be on marketing, right? So how do you identify your target audience? Is very simple. You are currently doing business right now. So what I could advise you to do, the most fastest way is that you need to talk to some of your customers this week, right? This weekend or this week, and tell them why did they come to buy from you, what are their needs and stuff. What they tell you will communicate to you what are the main things that makes people buy from you and what are their real needs. Then you take that need and use it to define who are the people that have those type of needs. It's as simple as the most straight and the most easy way. The other way is for you to do research, find out what is my product and services, what is my price point, who needs my product and services, where do I find them, what is their income level, why am I the best thing that they want to buy, what is their fears and worry, what is their buying decision, what influences their buying decision, is it money, is it quality, is it brand, is it efficiency, what basically influences the buying decision. So Miriam, I hope that helps, right? So if you need further help, you can say that. Hi, John EB. All right, Coach Mark. Thank you for joining. All right, so does anybody else have any question to add? So thank you very much. Sorry, we had to move from one platform to another. So like I said, we're now going to be using YouTube Live. God has moved us, so let's move. So we're going to be using YouTube like going forward. And of course, the replay is going to be there, so you can always come to watch. So it's not like this one, I have to start recording and transferring. So the replay is always going to be there. You can always come to watch. So in the absence of any question, thank you very much. If you got to watch this later on, if you are looking at starting your business, we have a 30-day program called Launch Your Business in 30 Days. You should sign up for it. I dropped my contact details there, 081-6986-1467. It's my WhatsApp details. Send me a chat. Let's get to talk because I need to ask you one or two questions and explain that there are some persons that also, and this is not for you. No hard feelings, right? So send a message and we can be able to work on that. So then the other part is that if you're looking at growing your business, so you're having issues with your finance, which is very important, right? You need to make money in business and you need to make some ton loads of money in your business. So if you're looking at, you want to start making some bastard money in your business, this consultation, the coaching program is for you. It's called Income Growth Accelerator. We're doing one July 1st to July 31st. The last time I did it was like in February. So after this time, I don't know when next I'm going to do it, and it's going to be more expensive, right? Because the orders are going to be more. I'm looking at working between 20 to 50 persons because I need to do a lot of talk to you. So, and I have a proper business I'm running. I'm running my MBA. I've not been reading like I ought to be reading. So, um, basically, that is it. So, and I really want to have a close knit of people we're going to work with so that we can get results for them. So, thank you very much for joining the live section of the growth room. So, next week, we're going to be um, doing marketing. So if you're here to subscribe to my YouTube channel, of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the bell so that you can get notification when I'm doing live next time. So I'm going to be doing live next time. You can send me a message on WhatsApp also to join my community on WhatsApp where I just give them updates on some of the trainings I do. And yes, next week we're going to be talking about marketing. The topic and everything, and the flyer will be out from like Saturday, Sunday, so we can just start pushing it. So thank you very much. I hope you had a great time. So just one thing. Um, some persons have left, some people starting here. So I hope you had a great time. So just in the groups in the comment section, just type one thing you learned from class today. What is the concentration charges, please? Oh no, man. Okay, fine. So on the man, depending on the one you pick, both of them is 30,000 naira. So it's 30K, right? And it's for 1 month. Like I said, there's a money back guarantee. It's for 30,000, right? I just decided to just say it here. So it's 30,000 naira for this one. Next one is going to increase in price. So nobody should just go and watch this old video now and say, you said it's 30K. Now it's going to increase in price. So it's for 30,000 naira. You pick the one you want. You can't do both. That's just the truth. So it's 30,000 naira. You can send me a DM on WhatsApp. I will send you the details. You get registered, and we start 1st of July. So let's drop in the comment section just one thing you learned from class today. We have 3 minutes to the end of the class. So just one thing you learned today. Just one thing. Just drop it in the comment section. One thing you learned today. I think this comment section can just come maybe later on for people, persons that watch it back. So thank you very much. To subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the bell so that you can get notified for any of the resources or videos I normally get to upload. And of course, we're going to have another growth room next week, right? Yeah, Joyce, Ishaya, not everyone is your customer. Very well. So the more you understand that not everybody is your customer. In fact, I normally used to joke with this stuff that there are four commodities that their customer is everybody: God, the devil, water, and oxygen. Apart from those four commodities, every other person, you have a space. Coca-Cola is not meant for everybody, right? Some people even prefer Pepsi to Coca-Cola, right? So the more you understand that everybody is not your target market, the better you would be as a business owner. You will sell more. So thank you guys. Thanks for joining, and see you next week. Bye bye.